Hey guys, Beck Power here, and I'm going to tell you about marketing angles because this is something that you guys, everyone messes this up. When you first start a store and you're building it out, you've put all your apps, you're doing all that stuff, you add products, okay? This mainly in the product adding part that people screw up, because what they do is they search for their niche on AliExpress and whatever it is, and you grab a bunch of products that you think are pretty cool and you add them to your store, and then you show them to an audience. And what audience do you show them to? The same niche of the thing that you just put into the store. So what happens is you are showing people, first of all, you're showing the most obvious audience the most obvious product. Now, if it were that easy, don't you think everyone would already be doing that? You have to show some ingenuity, and there's no point complaining about it because it is what it is. You know, I'm sorry that people aren't buying your products, but I'm telling you why, and this is how you can fix it. Order or take something from AliExpress, put it in your store, but take something that your audience would not have normally thought of. They wouldn't have seen it 10 times before on Facebook. Put a marketing angle on it, and what that means is to take something that isn't necessarily for that audience, but make it sound like it's for that audience in a way that they're like, whoa, and they've never heard of anything like it before. And that's what makes something different. You can even put marketing angles on things in a really basic way. Trevor gave a really good example where he was selling those two-armed fidget spinners, and he wasn't selling hardly any of them. Two-armed fidget spinner, that's what it said on his website. But the minute that he put the word rare in front of it, it became the rare two-armed fidget spinner, and then they started selling like crazy. So it's really just about thinking outside the box. If you have to, come up with 10 different ideas that you could use for your product or for your niche or whatever. Come up with 10 different ideas every day that you normally wouldn't, and it will be hard to think of more than 5 or 6, but push through to 10. If you really can't think of 10, you have to think of 20, because if you stop at 5 or 6, that's where your brain just normally gives up, and that's what you're having trouble with. That's why you can't sell anything. You're not very creative. So don't worry about thinking if they're bad ideas or whatever, but it's just to get your brain into the habit of thinking of these new creative ideas. One idea that Trevor always says is to, for example, if your niche was downhill mountain bikers, and I don't know anything about downhill mountain bikers, but this is his example. So if you had a pair of spy glasses that you got from AliExpress, and you marketed them to downhill mountain bikers, because spy glasses, if you're familiar with them, you wear the glasses and you can see the person behind you because it's like you're a spy. You can tell what's going on behind you, right? They might be pretty lame on their own if you're just trying to sell them to someone as spy glasses. But if you sell them to downhill mountain bikers, because apparently, I'm told, when you're riding downhill as a mountain biker, people can sneak up behind you and you don't know they're there, and they can, hit you or whatever. I don't know how it works, but they're coming down the hill, and you need to have, it would be very helpful if you're a downhill mountain biker. One of the problems that you have is this thing happens to you where people come behind you. Now, you got these stylish glasses. Now, you can call them downhill mountain biker specific, I don't know, you name them something cool, like, I can't even think of a good name right now. Name them something that's not spy glasses, because they don't want to be spies. They just want to see behind them on the track. So you could call them like track awareness glasses or something like that. Then you would pitch them to downhill mountain bikers as these amazing glasses. Now you can do this. Now, have downhill mountain bikers seen these glasses before? Probably not, because it's not something that's pitched them every day on Facebook. Now, they may have seen them before in this example, because I use this example a lot. Maybe they've seen them now, I don't know. But if you can put a twist on a product like that and give it to an audience that hasn't seen it before, where it solves one of their problems, or they just think it's really, really amazing, you're in the money. You'll sell a lot of those products. But what people do in this course is they're really excited to start a store, but they want to do the minimum effort required. Now, I believe in doing the minimum effort to get a store up and running. I think that's great. You don't want to be like figuring out the right shade of orange for your logo for like 4 months. But when you're putting these products in there, don't just do like a average job. Don't just put, oh, I put those, they're pretty obvious, and like, what audience could I show these to? Oh, I'll show them to like just people that like cats or something. Like, really think about finding, like digging deep in that targeting to find those crazy niches of people, the crazy pockets of people which are hiding in your targeting. Remember, we do 3 layers of targeting. So if you can find those people and you can deliver that product to them, that is where you'll make your money. Bam!